From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. Hope you had an awesome Easter weekend. The weather was certainly fantastic, especially on Saturday. So much sunshine out there. For today, decent amount of sunshine once again, but high is going to end up around 80 degrees. Cooler by Tuesday, but the wind gust picking up. And then in the wake of that cold front passing, could have some frost for lower elevations Tuesday night and for Wednesday night as well. You're taking a live look at Pasco. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils. Beautiful look at the baseball diamond out there for this morning. Temperatures not feeling all that bad. A little bit on the chillier side. 39 for the Tri-Cities, 37 in Yakima. A little bit milder in Walla Walla, where we're sitting at 46 degrees. Here's your coat cast for this Monday for the Tri-Cities. Mostly light jacket weather for this morning up until 10 a.m., 11 a.m. After that, it will be some t-shirt weather as highs today for lower elevations. Mostly going to end up in the 70s, but I'm going with the forecast high of right at 80 degrees in the Tri-Cities. So we'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this very balmy start to the work week. That's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now, new details on a Kennewick crash involving a motorcycle and a sedan. What police say led up to the collision and why officials say alcohol and drugs weren't a factor. Plus, when you call non-emergency in the Tri-Cities, you may now be talking to AI. A new system is helping handle hundreds of calls each day. See how it works and why dispatchers say it is making a difference. And negotiations heat up between MultiCare employees and management this morning. Why wages and benefits are at the center of the talks and what could happen if a deal isn't reached. The timeline for the upcoming talks coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Monday morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us here on Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redman. Your time is 6:02. We begin this morning in Kennewick, where police released more information about a crash involving a motorcycle and a sedan. The Kennewick Police Department now confirms the crash happened just before 7 p.m. Thursday at the busy intersection of Gage and Steptoe. A motorcycle headed westbound, they say, collided with a sedan that was turning left from eastbound Gage onto Steptoe. Police said both vehicles entered the intersection at the same time, and the motorcycle struck the passenger side of the car. The rider, a 20-year-old man, was taken to the hospital with injuries, but we are told is expected to recover. The driver of the sedan was not hurt. Officials said drugs and alcohol did not appear to be factors, and the crash remains under investigation. In continuing coverage now, more than 100 off-duty MultiCare employees gathered outside Yakima Memorial Hospital Friday. It was for an informational picket as they negotiated a new contract. According to union leaders, the contract impacts more than 1,000 workers across MultiCare locations in Yakima, including nurses and service workers. Picketing workers say they're asking for higher wages and improved benefit packages. The two sides have plans to meet at the bargaining table later this month, but if a deal isn't made, a strike is a possibility.
We aren't sure yet, no, but that's something that we would not want to do. But if they force us to, I mean, we're coming in good faith. They need to come in good faith and meet us in the middle.
In a statement to Apple Valley News Now, MultiCare says it places high value on the contributions of its staff, and it says it is offering competitive wages aligned with the rest of its health system. The hospital adds the picket would not interfere with patient care. New this morning, Franklin County Sheriff Jim Raymond announced he's retiring, bringing an end to a 45-year-long career in law enforcement. In a letter released Friday, Raymond said the decision comes as he nears the end of his third and final term. His career spans decades of service, including more than 30 years with Pasco Police and the last 12 as Franklin County Sheriff. In his announcement, he thanked the community for its support and called his time serving an honor. Raymond is endorsing Under Sheriff Monty Huber as his choice to succeed him in the next election. The sheriff says he will continue serving through the end of his term, which runs through the end of the year. This morning, big changes are happening in local dispatch centers. Earlier this year, Benton and Franklin County Dispatch rolled out AI to handle non-emergency calls. Now, officials say it's reducing wait times and helping dispatchers focus on emergencies. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen reports.
When people in the Tri-Cities call the non-emergency line for police or fire, they may now be greeted by artificial intelligence. The technology was introduced earlier this year at the Southeast Communications Dispatch Center to help manage the hundreds of calls the center receives every day. Officials say a large portion of those calls are non-emergencies, everything from reporting minor incidents to passing along tips to law enforcement.
Performance-wise, we expected it to answer roughly 60% of our calls, and it has been holding steady at that. So that's been a big relief for the staff, which we like.
Dispatch leaders say the system isn't without its challenges, but it's more on the transcription of the call. While the goal is simple, keep emergency lines open for people who need help right away, dispatchers say the system gathers information from callers and passes it along, lowering their call volume and allowing them to focus more attention on urgent situations.
I believe every citizen deserves the respect of being heard and being able to express everything that they need, emergent or not. So instead of having to have a dispatcher put you on hold a bunch of times and maybe feel like the thing that you're needing is less important, we're actually able to streamline that process for you.
The AI can also recognize certain keywords or signs of stress in a caller's voice and immediately transfer the call to a live dispatcher. Officials say they will continue monitoring the system closely as more people interact with it. Officials say this technology is not meant to replace them, but support them by handling the non-emergency 911 calls when every second counts. Reporting in Richland, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
CCOM says it's working with developers to improve the system and track how much time it saves as use grows. Turning to Walla Walla now, as city leaders say they're taking a proactive approach to managing finances. Officials say they closely monitor spending and adjust as revenue changes, like fluctuating sales tax. Recent budget gaps were closed through cuts and revenue changes, while maintaining a 15% reserve to stay financially stable.
We haven't put together a long-range financial model before, and that was a goal of mine and our finance directors to work on.
City leaders say new long-range financial plans will look ahead nearly a decade, helping to guide decisions and ensure the city can continue providing services while adapting to economic changes. While leaders in Walla Walla plan for the future, students in Richland doing the same. Students in the Richland School District are building skills for life after high school through a college and career readiness program. AVID, Advancement via Individual Determination, is offered at Richland and Hanford High Schools, serving more than 500 students. The program helps students develop academic, organizational, and life skills while also offering college visits, career exploration, and connections with professionals. Educators say AVID also emphasizes leadership and community involvement.
One thing that we really encourage in the AVID program is to be involved in our community, and we want our students to be giving back to our community because we feel like that is a big thing about being a well-rounded person. And so we're always encouraging our students to get community service hours.
Educators say through service projects, mentorship, and hands-on experiences, students not only prepare for college and careers, but also learn the importance of giving back and staying engaged in their communities. As students prepare for the future, Yakima voters are deciding how to fund it. Later this month, voters will decide on a $200 million school bond. The Yakima School District says the measure would fund the rebuild of 2 aging elementary schools, along with district-wide upgrades like HVAC, roofs, and safety improvements. If approved, the bond would cost the average homeowner about $20 a month over 20 years. The district could also receive more than $20 million in state funding to help offset costs. Ballots are due April 28th. Your time is 6:09 on your Monday morning. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. From tragedy to a fresh start, a local fan has a new home this morning after dozens of businesses and neighbors stepped in to help out. This morning we'll see how his new home came together and the emotional reaction when he finally moved in. You're not going to want to miss it. And you won't want to miss your weather forecast because Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth has a lot to talk about as we leave you with this live look from Pasco. Highs around 80. Could it really be true? Find out after the break.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office on Thursday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
Shortness of breath, chest pains, and a cough. Little things wipe you out, you can't shake it off. It might be long COVID. You got chills, brain fog, depression, fever, can't smell, taste. Could be long COVID. One more time.
Finally, spring is here at Northern Quest, and something big is blooming. It's the $70,000 Bloomin' Bounty giveaway. You could win $30 grand in cash and our 25th anniversary silver ticket that guarantees you a spot in any one of our upcoming grand prize drawings this year. So play daily with your Camas Rewards card to enter and earn 4 times entries every Tuesday to make your spring a lot greener. It's the $70,000 Bloomin' Bounty giveaway, only at Northern Quest.
In an instant, your world can shatter. At Quantum Legal, we understand injuries can be an immense burden, taking a toll on your body and leaving you drowning in medical expenses. Battling insurance companies without legal representation will make matters worse. We are committed to advocating for your deserved compensation. Quantum Legal, where compassion meets justice.
BOGO time is back at Vance, and by popular demand, this incredible offer has been extended through April. Right now, when you buy a new AC, the All-Star team at Vance will throw in a furnace for free. That's right, buy an AC and get a furnace at no extra cost, and our licensed professionals will handle everything from start to finish. Upgrade your system today for comfort, peace of mind, and savings all year long. Ask your system designer for details. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance today. Vance Heating, AC, and Electric.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Certainly very warm for today. We'll talk about that in a second, and that is going to factor into this. Pollen counts in that high category. Whenever you start to see pollen counts into the double-digit range, well, that means it is high to very high. So that's what we'll see over the next 5 days. Those top allergens continue to be alder, ash, and now birch is in the mix as well. Here's your day planner forecast for this Monday for the Yakima Valley. Temperatures around 50 by 8 this morning, but pretty quickly up into the upper 60s to low 70s by lunchtime, and then into the mid to upper 70s for the warmest part of the day. So we'll take you on that zone by zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in the Cascades, highs in the 50s and 60s. In the Kittitas Valley, going to end up around 75 in Ellensburg. By the way, gusts across the map today, anywhere between 20 to 30 miles per hour. In the Yakima Valley, around 80 up and down the valley, pretty close to 80 for the lower Columbia Basin as well. For the Blue Foothills, these highs around 75, and then for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains, 50s, 60s, and even some low 70s down towards Ukiah. Okay. High temperatures going down by a considerable amount into Tuesday, about a 13-degree drop-off from Monday to Tuesday. Will still be warmer than normal for this time of the year, but given that big drop-off in temperatures, that doesn't happen for no reason. It happens because a cold front's going to pass. That's going to pick up wind gusts. We'll talk about said wind gusts coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Making a difference this morning after a beloved community figure, Jimmy Woohoo Butcher, lost his home due to water damage last year. But now, thanks to community support, he has a brand new home. Our Jake Gable reports.
Ruined by undetected water damage, Jimmy Woohoo Butcher was left without a home. A volunteer school crossing guard and a Tri-City Americans and Dust Devils superfan, support quickly poured in to get him a new home. And with the help of Kennewick Police, they surprised him with the finished product.
God is good. All the time.
Dozens of businesses and organizations provided help and services in the building of the new home, with the structure itself being built by Landmark Homes.
Why don't we see if we can raise some money? And Jimmy's such a huge supporter of the Tri-Cities. Kids love him everywhere he goes, and let's see if we can't do something nice for him.
It means so much to our family. She said Jimmy has done so much for the community, and he never asked for anything. And for the community to step up and help him this way is enormous.
Hundreds of people also donated to his fundraiser, which raised over $24,000.
The love that the community has shown is just really, frankly, overwhelming.
Jimmy and his family thank all of the community members who helped in various ways throughout the project as he moves into the new home. In Kennewick, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
Woohoo indeed. Butcher moved into the home this past weekend. It allows him to once again live independently. Your time is 6:16. Still ahead on Good Morning Northwest, Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth taking a look at your Monday forecast. Here's a live look from Ellensburg this morning. Looking pretty beautiful out there now. The winds will start to gust up, but find out when. He'll break down the timing of it when we come back.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
At the Pacific Campus, our medical care for seniors is built with intention. We take time, we listen, we create personalized plans designed for strength, clarity, and longevity. And because your care is inside the PC, wellness isn't separate from your healthcare. It's part of it. Membership isn't required, but many choose it to stay active and connected. Call, text, or stop by. We're always here for you. Your fourth quarter matters. Let's play it strong.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points.
And right now, get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic, or check out the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice Plush. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth. His forecasts detail the microclimates in our area. He loves the challenge of weather science and bringing accurate forecasts home to you. Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth. Only one station. Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
Next live, Ian
Kellen, Camila Marone, plus spring cleaning tips.
You are the most organized person I've ever seen.
You're welcome.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is going to be quite blustery for tomorrow, and it's because we have a cold front that will pass. That's going to drop our temperatures down. We'll talk about that in a second. But first, here is said cold front that is moving through the Pacific right now. This will pass, and again, it's going to be a double whammy, dropping our temperatures and picking up the wind gusts. First, we'll talk about the wind gusts. Here's a semi-hourly look at some of the wind gusts we're expecting for tomorrow in the Kittitas Valley. The strongest gust around 50 miles per hour around 5 p.m. for tomorrow. And you can see hour-by-hour wind gusts for tomorrow just like that for your exact location by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, so here is a summation of the wind gusts that we're expecting for tomorrow. You just saw the Kittitas Valley up around 50 miles per hour. The Blue Foothills anywhere between 40 to 45 miles per hour. But for Yakima, for the Tri-Cities gusts, we're going to say between 25 to 35 miles per hour. So definitely the gusts will be noticeable. It doesn't look as intense as the episode that we had last week, but like we were saying, dropping down our temperatures by a considerable amount into Tuesday and Wednesday, still in the upper 60s though in the Tri-Cities. That's a few degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. Those overnight lows are going to be very interesting as well. As in the Tri-Cities, we're going to drop down into the mid-30s for Tuesday night and Wednesday night, but there are some portions of our viewing area that could maybe have a little run-in with some frost. You see for tomorrow night around 32 degrees in the upper Yakima Valley and in the Kittitas Valley, and then by Wednesday night a little bit warmer than that threshold. If there is going to be a limiting factor to frost, it would be maybe the lack of moisture in the air, but just to err on the side of caution, protect those 4 Ps, the people, then the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. And as always, you can find this list online at applevalleynewsnow.com. Okay, here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Quite warm today, dropping into the 60s Tuesday and Wednesday, but warming up again by the end of the week. In Yakima, highs in the 60s and 70s this week with lots of sunshine. In Ellensburg, peak gusts up around 50 miles per hour on Tuesday. Windy again this upcoming weekend. And then for Hermiston, highs around 80 today, gusts around 35 miles per hour tomorrow. And finally for Walla Walla, partly cloudy and close to 75 degrees for Monday. A good deal cooler with gusts picking up on Tuesday.
Coming up, familiar characters are returning with some new voices along the way. The latest Mario movie is bringing together a major cast. This morning, we're taking a closer look at who's behind the characters. That's coming up in entertainment right after the break.
Looking for a used vehicle? Trust the dealer with over 60 years in the Tri-Cities, Overturf Volkswagen. Find a large expanded inventory, fully serviced and thoroughly reconditioned vehicles, on-the-spot financing, top dollar for your trade. Overturf Volkswagen, Kennewick.
Struggling with digestive issues? At Prosser Digestive Health Motility Center, board-certified gastroenterologist Dr. Amber Sharon helps uncover real answers close to home. Advanced testing services include anorectal manometry and drug-free biofeedback for chronic constipation and bloating, Bravo pH testing for heartburn, and esophageal manometry to diagnose swallowing problems. Restore your quality of life. Talk to your primary care provider or gastroenterologist about a referral, or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Some mornings, I get a little extra help. Memories are made in the kitchen. Find the right appliance to make more of them at Fred's.
At Fred's Appliance, all Bosch appliances are on sale. Save up to $300 on select Bosch dishwashers. Swing by Fred's Appliance today. We sell appliances, only appliances.
The Inland Northwest is a vibrant community, rich in tradition and pride. And Culligan has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like nitrates, bacteria, and PFAS. Culligan, water you love since 1936.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became America's best-selling trucks. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years and counting. And Ford, the most awarded brand for initial quality among trucks by J.D. Power. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough.
I depend on my car, so I take care of it with parts from RockAuto.com. Everything I need to know is at Rock Auto. My car isn't rare, but when I fix it myself, it's special.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Looking for a used vehicle? Trust the dealer with over 60 years in the Tri-Cities, Overturf Volkswagen. Find a large expanded inventory, fully serviced and thoroughly reconditioned vehicles, on-the-spot financing, top dollar for your trade. Overturf Volkswagen, Kennewick.
Only one station is on your side.
One station.
Apple Valley News Now.
It is 6:25 here on your Monday morning. In entertainment news, a fan favorite franchise is back with a whole new adventure.
That's right. The Super Mario Galaxy movie is adding big names to an already star-studded cast. So this morning, Rick Damigella catches up with some of the crew to see how this box office hit is leveling up.
There's a huge universe out there. With a lot of galaxies.
And a lot of characters. Mario, Luigi, and their friends and nemesis are back in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, with some new voices joining for the sequel.
Where's the troubled pipe?
Chris Pratt is back as Mario and Charlie Day as Luigi.
Who is this? Yoshi.
They are joined by new voice cast member Donald Glover as Yoshi.
Toad, pack our things.
Anya Taylor-Joy returns as Princess Peach, along with Keegan-Michael Key as Toad.
Your king has returned!
On the villain side, Jack Black is back as the voice of Bowser, joined by Benny Safdie as Bowser Jr.
Princess Rosalina, you're coming with me!
New to the animated adventure is the cosmically powered character Rosalina, voiced by Brie Larson.
It's really special.
A surprise casting announcement dropped ahead of the movie's premiere when Universal revealed Glenn Powell is voicing Nintendo's Fox McCloud in the film.
Let's go!
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
What a cast there.
I did not realize it was so star-studded. My goodness.
I didn't either. Sometimes it's hard to tell because all these famous people putting on their voices and you can sometimes hear who it is. But they said that was Danny Glover?
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover?
Childish Gambino.
Oh,
yes.
I was like, what? Oh my gosh, Yoshi.
Yeah, and when they were going through that list, the oh, by the way one was Glenn Powell, who's like the biggest actor right now. So
you're like, okay.
What a cast.
Yeah, and can't forget Powell at the very end.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, your time is 6:27. Before you hit the road, listen up. Still ahead on Good Morning Northwest, traffic headaches are building from Pasco to Boardman this week. WashDOT crews work with Blue Bridge today with lane closures slowing your commute. And tomorrow, Oregon drivers face more delays as bridge construction ramps up along I-84. In your next half hour, the timelines for both projects, what you need to know after this.
Maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist, Dr. Tegan Goodell, is now caring for patients in Prosser and Walla Walla. Dr. Goodell provides advanced care in orthopedic surgery and sports medicine injuries, including surgery of the shoulder, elbow, knee, and ankle. Get back to doing what you love. Call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or visit prosserhealth.org. Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Just like you, I'm working towards buying my first home.
I'm saving for my children's future.
Like you, I want financial tools that make my life easier.
At Hapo, we're more than employees. We're people just like you, and we understand what really matters.
Just like you,
we're planning for our future.
and I care about making a difference.
We're here to help you navigate life's milestones, big and small, because we're just like you. Join us at HAPO today.
It only took me 4 stories and 3 songs. And finally, she's fast asleep. Now, it's my time to unwind. With my irresistibly smooth, melting Lindor.
From me, the Lind Master Chocolatier. Melt into your moment.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Since the 1980s, Walker's Furniture and Mattress has proudly served this region as a locally owned, family-operated company built on trust, bringing you the newest styles, the latest trends, and beautiful furniture for every room in your home, all backed by their low price promise. Because when you're locally owned, expectations are higher. You're not just serving customers, you're serving friends and neighbors. And for over 46 years, we've enjoyed growing with you.
From our family to yours, we'd like to thank you for 46 wonderful years.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
On draft night, plans become reality. The NFL Draft, April 23rd through 25th.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Monday morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redman. It is 6:31, and we got to kickstart your Monday with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth because he brings some really good news, I think, for most people on this Monday. I know I definitely am loving what you're saying about the temperatures today and also a little bit shocked.
Yeah, if you're complaining about 80 degrees today, I don't want to hear it. And it's not like upper 80s. We're right at 80, so it's going to feel fantastic out there. For today, we're going to be cooler by tomorrow as a cold front's going to pass. That's going to bring up the wind gust. And then in the wake of that, maybe flirting with some frost potential, especially in the Kittitas and the Yakima valleys, but for Tuesday night and Wednesday night. Speaking of the Yakima Valley, you're taking a live look right now at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. Just a gorgeous look out there on this beautiful Monday morning. It's 39 in the Tri-Cities, 37 in Yakima, a little bit milder in Walla Walla as we're sitting at 46. You will have to bundle up. Here's your coat cast for this Monday for the Yakima Valley. Maybe some heavy jacket weather right now, but a little bit later in the morning through 10 a.m., 11 a.m. It's just going to be light jacket weather and then some t-shirt weather for the warmest part of the day. So for today, lower elevations mostly ending up in the 70s. Here in the Tri-Cities, going with a forecast right at 80 degrees. A little chance of some showers in the Kittitas Valley, but a mostly dry day, mostly sunny day on top of that. And like we said, pretty balmy for today. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast coming up in a few minutes.
In the meantime, we begin this half hour of news looking ahead to your morning commute. So heads up here. This as WashDOT announced plans to repair a section of guardrail on the northbound side of the Blue Bridge. The work will take place today at milepost 18.3 from 8 a.m. through 3:30 p.m. During this time, the right northbound lane on US 395 and the ramp from Columbia Drive to northbound US 395 will be closed. Travelers should expect delays and plan for added travel time due to slow-moving traffic and congestion through the work zone. This includes traffic entering northbound US 395 from eastbound State Route 240. And as crews work on the Blue Bridge today, more road work starting in Oregon tomorrow. Drivers on I-84 near Boardman should expect delays as a bridge improvement project gets underway. Crews will begin work this week with intermittent lane closures starting April 16th. This is happening near exit 159. The Tower Road Bridge will see additional closures beginning in May, including a full shutdown in June. Detours will be in place, but officials say access to Love's truck stop will remain open. The project is expected to be complete by July. It's 6:34. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, gas prices may be out of your control, but how you pay at the pump doesn't have to be. Some simple ways to get more out of every tank in Consumer Reports, and we'll also take a look at where local gas prices stand this morning.
Mariners Astros first pitch at 6:40 Friday on Apple Valley News Now.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became America's best-selling trucks. And we've kept that title every year since. Ford, the most awarded brand for initial quality among trucks by J.D. Power.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982. And for 20 years, I worked with the fleet. Repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone, and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
Every home starts with a move. Not just the one to a new address, but the moves along the way. The choices, the negotiations. In those moments, certainty matters. That's why Windermere Group 1 agents are trained, supported, and prepared for every step. Because when it's time to move, you should be sure you're making the right one. Windermere Group 1, confidence in every move.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino, featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became America's best-selling trucks. And we've kept that title every year since. Ford, the most awarded brand for initial quality among trucks by J.D. Power.
A Kennewick neighborhood threatened with a sex offender home. Residents fight back and win.
We stood united.
Apple Valley News Now tells their story.
We wouldn't even found out about this if it wasn't for you and the guys at Apple Valley.
Only one station, Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
Next live, Ian McKellen, Camila Marone, plus spring cleaning tips.
You are the most organized person I've ever seen.
You're welcome.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Those pollen counts are going to be into the high category over the next 5 days. Whenever you start to see pollen counts getting into the double digits, that means high or very high. So yeah, we'll have that Monday through Friday with the top allergens being alder, ash, and now birch is in the mix as well. If any of those apply to you, have the allergy meds on standby. You're going to need them. Okay, here's your day planner forecast for this Monday for the Tri-Cities. Around 50 by 8 this morning. Pretty close to 70 by lunchtime, pretty close to 80 by the warmest part of the day, which is 4 p.m., 5 p.m. So just a lovely day out there, plenty of sunshine. We'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in the Cascades, where we'll have 40s, 50s, and 60s. A little bit gusty across the map for today. Gust anywhere between 20 to 30 miles per hour. In the Kittitas Valley, highs around 75. In Ellensburg, about a 10 to 20% chance we could see a few showers today for the Cascades and the Kittitas Valley, but elsewhere, mostly dry day. Will be around 80 up and down the Yakima Valley, pretty close to 80 for the lower Columbia Basin. And then for the Blue Foothills, around 75. And then for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains, we're looking at 50s, 60s, and perhaps some low 70s down towards Ukiah. Okay, a good deal cooler as we head into tomorrow. We're going to go from 80 today to 68 in the Tri-Cities for tomorrow. A 12-degree cool down will still be about 4 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. Temperatures going down because of a cold front that's passing. That's also going to pick up our wind gusts for tomorrow. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Taking a look at your consumer report this morning. Many Americans are feeling the pinch at the pump. And when it comes to gas prices, every mile counts. That's why this morning Consumer Reports shows you how to stretch your fuel and your budget.
We can't control gas prices, but we can control how we buy and use fuel. Start by checking apps like Gas Buddy to compare local prices. You'll often find the best deals at stations a little off the highway or at warehouse clubs and big travel centers. Consumer Reports also suggest looking for the top-tier gas sticker on the pump. That's the higher standard fuel offered at stations like Chevron, Costco, Exxon, Mobil, and Shell. And here's an easy money saver. Skip premium, unless your car specifically requires it.
For both convenience and safety, keep at least half a tank of fuel during cold winter months when there's a risk of shortages, like when a major storm is imminent. This also goes for holiday road trips when roads can be congested and slow moving.
To stretch every gallon, start with your tires. Check the pressure regularly, especially in colder months when air pressure drops. Driving on underinflated tires hurts fuel economy, shortens tire life, and can even affect safety. And don't rely on the Eco Mode button. Consumer Reports experts say it's no magic fix for saving gas.
We found no fuel economy benefit using Eco Mode for city and highway driving. Its true ability is to encourage frugal driving behavior.
And the simplest money saver? Keep it smooth. Easy starts and gentle stops can go a long way toward getting the most out of every tank. This is David Fazekas.
Also, another tip for you, pay attention to your car's aerodynamics. Experts suggest removing roof racks and cargo boxes when they're not being used. Your time is 6:41 here on your Monday. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we have your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And of course, Josh coming back with a look at your full First Alert weather forecast. Windy weather is on the way, but he's timing out when it could hit your area after this.
Since the 1980s, Walker's Furniture and Mattress has proudly served this region as a locally owned, family-operated company built on trust, bringing you the newest styles, the latest trends, all backed by their low price promise. And for over 46 years, we've enjoyed growing with you.
At Prosser Memorial Health, expert digestive care starts close to home. Certified physician assistant Becca Reinhardt is now seeing patients at Prosser Digestive Health Center, providing compassionate care for a wide range of digestive conditions, from acid reflux and irritable bowel syndrome to liver and pancreatic disorders. To schedule an appointment, call 509-786-5599 or learn more about digestive health services at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
At DQ, we're double flipping over our limited time Blizzard Double Flip deal. Buy one Blizzard tree and get a second for just 99 cents.
99 cents? That's bananas.
No, that's bananas.
1, 2, 3, we got that DQ flavor. Savannah bananas, do it big, do it major. Home runs, fun runs, everything's crazy.
The Blizzard Double Flip deal is here.
Should we tell them to stop?
It's bananas. Buy one, get another for just 99 cents. Get it in the DQ app.
For 50 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion.
We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
When choosing the right gear to cut, trim, or mow your yard, Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. Because gas or battery, your local Ace is the destination with the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Ego, Milwaukee, Craftsman, and Toro. And with free assembly and delivery, or ready for pickup in just 15 minutes, conquering your outdoor projects has never been easier. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Since the 1980s, Walker's Furniture and Mattress has proudly served this region as a locally owned, family-operated company built on trust, bringing you the newest styles, the latest trends, all backed by their low-price promise. And for over 46 years, we've enjoyed growing with you.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It will be a little bit blustery for tomorrow because of a cold front that's passing. That's going to do a couple different things to our weather. Number one, obviously it'll make us gusty, but number two, it'll bring our temperatures down as we head into Tuesday as well. Here is the cold front. It's moving along slowly but surely, closer and closer to us. Could bring a few showers to the Cascades and to the Kittitas Valley for today. Otherwise, it will be a dry, a very balmy forecast for today. But into tomorrow, the wind gusts picking up. Here's a semi-hourly look at the wind gusts for Pendleton. Now, the last half hour, we were showing you Ellensburg, and for tomorrow in Ellensburg, the gusts are going to peak around 5 p.m. For the foothills, it looks like that's going to happen earlier in the day, closer to 11 a.m., 12 p.m., peak gust around 45 miles per hour in Pendleton. But if you want to see hour-by-hour gust in Yakima and the Tri-Cities, for Connell, for Mesa, you can do that by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. So peak gusts around 50 miles per hour in Ellensburg, between 40 to 45 miles per hour for the Blue Foothills. For the Tri-Cities and Yakima, we're looking at gusts between 25 to 35 miles per hour. So definitely enough to be noticeable. It's not looking like the winds are going to be as intense as the episode that we saw last week. But as the cold front passes, temperatures going down from the upper 70s in the Yakima Valley for today down to the mid 60s by tomorrow. But even that is still going to be a handful of degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. Those overnight lows going to go down as well, so there will be a little potential of some frost specifically for the valleys for Tuesday night and Wednesday night. Now, here are the overnight lows for tomorrow night. What we're looking for are temperatures that are around or below 32 degrees. We'll cut it pretty close to that clip in the Kittitas Valley and the upper Yakima Valley. A little bit warmer than that threshold on Wednesday night, but just close enough for discomfort. If there is going to be a limiting factor to frost development, it would be some of the lack of moisture that we'll have in the air. But just to err on the side of caution, take those steps to protect the 4 Ps, the people, and the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. And per usual, you can find this list posted online at applevalleynewsnow.com. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Quite warm today, dropping into the 60s Tuesday and Wednesday, but warming up again by the end of the week. In Yakima, highs in the 60s and 70s this week with lots of sunshine. For Ellensburg, peak gust up around 50 miles per hour on Tuesday, windy again this upcoming weekend. Then for Hermiston, highs around 80 today, gust around 35 miles per hour tomorrow. And finally for Walla Walla, partly cloudy and close to 75 for Monday, a good deal cooler, and gusts picking up on Tuesday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, one-on-one with actress Melissa Gilbert.
Why speak out now?
For the first time since the arrest of her husband, actor-director Timothy Busfield on charges of criminal sexual contact with a minor. The Little House on the Prairie star is speaking out to George Stephanopoulos.
No moments of doubt?
Not for a second. I know this man in my bones. No one knows him better than I do. I know literally everything about him. Our marriage has, we've had a lot of ups and downs. We've been through struggles. We've had our own issues to deal with, and we've worked through everything. He is nothing if not completely honest with me. I trust him with my children's lives, with my grandchildren's lives, my nieces and nephews. He is an honorable, caring, generous human being.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more of George's interview with Melissa Gilbert. With your GMA First Look, I'm Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow. And Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
Now, the morning sprint.
It's approaching 6:50 here on your Monday morning. Time for your morning sprint. In national headlines this morning, a U.S. service member who is missing after a fighter jet was shot down over Iran has now been rescued. That's according to President Trump. The president said U.S. forces carried out a large-scale search and rescue operation, deploying multiple aircraft to recover the pilot. Officials say the service member was injured but is expected to recover. The incident began last week when an F-15E Strike Eagle was shot down in the region. A second crew member was rescued shortly after the crash and received medical care. Officials have not confirmed exactly where in Iran the aircraft went down. The rescue comes after more than a day of uncertainty, with Iranian state media reporting on efforts to locate the downed pilot. U.S. officials say the operation is part of a broader response as conflict continues in the region. In your business headlines now, certain items on Amazon could be getting more expensive. The retailer is implementing a 3.5% fee to its fulfillment services. Amazon calls it a fuel and logistics related surcharge. It is temporary, they say, to try to balance out higher fuel costs. Amazon's fulfillment services provides third-party sellers on the site with packaging and shipping services. Those sellers will be the ones actually paying the surcharge, but most of them, we are told, will likely pass it on to customers in the form of higher prices. Topping health headlines this morning. Federal health and environmental leaders are launching a new effort to better understand and reduce contaminants in the nation's water supply. The Department of Health and Human Services and the Environmental Protection Agency say the focus will be on microplastics and pharmaceutical residues. Officials say the goal is to study how these substances impact both the environment and human health and find ways to remove them more effectively. During the announcement, leaders pointed to growing concerns about rising levels of microplastics found in the human body. They say more research is needed to fully understand the long-term effects and what can be done to limit exposure moving forward. Talking sports, the Mariners came up just short Sunday, falling to the Angels 8-7 in 11 innings. Seattle fought back, erasing multiple deficits to keep the game close. The M's took their first lead in the fifth with a 3-run homer and later forced extra innings with a clutch hit in the ninth. In the 10th, Seattle again pulled out ahead but couldn't hold on as the Angels answered right back. After coming up empty in the 11th, the Mariners gave up a walk-off sacrifice fly to end it. With the loss, Seattle drops the series 2-1. The Mariners now head home for their home opener against the Texas Rangers. All right, now time for the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Franklin County Sheriff Jim Raymond announced his retirement, ending a 45-year career in law enforcement. Raymond served with Pasco Police for more than 3 decades before being elected sheriff, where he's now finishing off his 3rd term. In his letter, he thanked the community for its support and endorsed Under Sheriff Monty Huber as his successor. Raymond will remain in office through the end of the year. More than 100 off-duty Multicare employees gathered outside Yakima Memorial Hospital Friday for an informational picket. Workers say they are pushing for higher wages and better benefits as contract talks continue. Union leaders say the negotiations impact more than 1,000 workers across the area. Multicare says it values its staff and is offering competitive pay. If an agreement is not reached, a strike is possible. A new AI system is now helping handle non-emergency calls in the Tri-Cities. Dispatch officials say the technology is answering about 60% of calls, helping to reduce the workload for staff. The system gathers information and can transfer calls to a live dispatcher if needed. Officials say the goal is to keep emergency lines open for urgent situations. They add the technology is meant to support, not replace, dispatchers. All right, a traffic alert for your Monday morning drive as crews work along the Blue Bridge. WashDOT says guardrail repairs are happening on the northbound side of US 395 from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. The right lane and a ramp from Columbia Drive will be closed during that time. Drivers should expect delays and plan for extra travel time. Officials say congestion is likely through the work zone. In Oregon, drivers on I-84 near Boardman should expect delays as a bridge project gets underway there. Crews are set to begin work this week with lane closures starting April 16th. The project will include additional closures in May and a full shutdown in June. Detours will be in place. The project is expected to last through July. Trending this morning, a massive steel dragon is nearly ready to spread its wings. Take a look. Standing at 26 feet tall, 70 feet long, this hand-fabricated dragon is the result of 19 months of meticulous work with thousands of individual steel pieces carefully shaped and assembled all by hand.
That's right. Every curve, scale, and wing detail was crafted without computers, just creativity and a lot of elbow grease. Soon the dragon will be transported to a resort in Wisconsin where it's expected to be a showstopper for visitors.
Man, that's something you don't see that often anymore because we have so much technology to help us. So saying that that massive project was built by hand, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a great feat for all those involved. And, you know, they were on pins and needles putting that thing together.
Oh, man. Could you imagine being the one that was trying to put one of those on there and then you knocked a whole bunch off or something?
Yeah, I know for that, whatever that last piece, they were really sweating bullets
holding
for
their
that.
breath. Yeah, for sure. All right, how's the weather looking?
It is going to be a very warm day out there. We're talking temperatures around 80. Not right now. Slice that in half in the Tri-Cities. 39 right now. We're at 40 for Sunnyside, 34 in Ellensburg. So you will have to bundle up to some extent. But your coat cast for this Monday, yeah, maybe you would need a heavy jacket right now in the Tri-Cities, but I'm thinking later on in the morning, light jacket weather. Then by 10 a.m., 11 a.m., we're going to transition to t-shirt weather. We had a lot of that over the weekend, more of that to start off this work week. So for this Monday, most lower elevation locations ending up in the 70s. I'm going with the temperature right at 80 degrees in the Tri-Cities. A little bit breezy for today, but those gusts picking up and the temperatures dropping down as a cold front passes on Tuesday.
All right, well, I'm enjoying today, I'll tell you that.
Me too.
All right, that'll do it for us. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, Good Morning America is up next, and we'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.